Podcast, episode 2. Alright, today. So this is what happened to me on the road. First trip of the day. Passengers going to Sacramento. Had a 3-hour trip. You know, it was a pretty good one. Pretty hefty. Uber had a pretty big cut of that. Some bitch, though. You know what I mean? But anyways, on my ride back now, yep, not too much action coming back, but one big trip in the morning. So yep, don't know where I am now. Currently trying to find my way home. I'm gonna pick up some rides on the way. But yep, this is pretty much what Uber's all about. Not knowing where you're going, not knowing where you are, not knowing how much you'll make. And yep, that's pretty much what we're up against as drivers. But I think I have a theory on how I acquired this long trip today. So, hear me out on this, and I could be completely wrong, but I think I've found a glitch in the driver app. So, when you filter your rides, say you want to catch a ride, let's just say from San Jose to Sacramento, or San Jose to San Francisco. So, also, once you filter that ride won't count towards any promotion, correct? So, if you're using the filtering system, then you won't get any promotions, or that ride won't count towards any promotions for basically the trip bonus promotion. So that trip won't count towards your tallied trips going towards any other promotions or anything like that. So I think I found a little glitch where if I put in a destination, let's say I'm in San Jose and I put in San Francisco, and I put that in the filter, and then I just turn my app off, and I turn it back on. Most likely that next trip is going to be towards that destination, or may even be past that destination. So today what I did is I put San Jose in, and then I turned it off, turned it back on so that my filter was not on, and I got a ride all the way up to Sacramento. So I've done this other times too, where I've tested it, and it's come out, I've gotten some positive results, but I can't say for sure if it's actually happening or not. It could just be me making it up in my head. But I've tested it a few times, and it's worked out, so try it out, maybe it'll work for you. And if it does work, then you're getting longer. You basically found the secret to get longer trips, or wherever you want to go, whatever trips you want, basically. It doesn't work all the time, but if anyone's going there and your app is still filtering, quote unquote filtering those trips. So my theory is that when you put that filter into the app, you put that destination in, obviously it starts filtering right away. But if you close it with the filter on still and then turn it back on, there's like a little residual effect there, if you will. It's worked for me a couple times now, and not all the time will I get something that far of a destination, but it'll be on the way towards that destination. It'll be towards that destination for sure. It happens to me pretty often if I just do that, just turning the app on and off with the filter on. So yeah, if anyone out there's listening to this, try it out. at the same time, that trip counts towards the other promotions because it's not filtering. But I think there's still some sort of residual algorithm going on where it still kind of gives you that. Maybe your account is still flagged as, having that filter, or it's still working and filtering that, and you get a ride. So, also I'll say that it doesn't last very long. Like if I don't get a ride right away, it's probably not going to that destination. So, let's say for instance today, when I put my San Jose destination in, and it took like 15 minutes to get that ride, then it probably wouldn't have been going that way. So it might, like in my experience, when I've done that and I've gotten a ride like 10 or 15 minutes after I've done that, most of the time it's not going in that destination. So I think you've got probably like a 5-minute window. So you're probably like, your best bet, you probably do that all day, switch on and off. But I wouldn't suggest that. But if, I don't know, if you want to try it, you can, I guess. So yeah, that's one theory I have on this whole Uber thing. But yeah, I guess the moral of my story is that those rides are out there, and they're pretty good ones. It sucks if you end up in like Reno or something. I've had a passenger tell me that one of their drivers before told them a story about going to Reno from the Bay Area, and God, I can't imagine what I would do in that situation. That would suck. I would honestly probably put myself up in a hotel and stay there for the rest of the week. Like I would do some crazy shit like that. Like I would just party in Reno or go skiing or something. I don't know. Been to Reno like a handful of times in my lifetime, but yeah, you could probably end up getting a hooker or something with it. Anyways, yeah, I've also heard of people going from LA to Las Vegas, or not Las Vegas, what's that other beach over there called? Palm Beach. Yeah, from like LA to Palm Beach, so that's Palm Springs, whatever the fuck it's called. Anyways, I've been driving like all day, and I probably shouldn't have started to record this podcast right now, but I've got a long drive home. Just trying to kill some time. I'll probably end up working some more, to be honest with you. But that's what you got to do once you get those long rides. You just, hopefully, you don't end up out in the middle of nowhere. If you do end up in a bigger city, I would suggest just working for a few hours, make some more money before you head back home. But your best option will probably be just to stay there and chill, enjoy whatever time you have in that city or wherever you are. Just enjoy it while you're there, because let's be honest, you gotta take your breaks, and you gotta take them often, because driving's easy, but to be completely honest with you, you're basically putting yourself in a trance state or a hypnotic state or something when you're driving. After the first 10 minutes, your brain is already just completely zoned out. So I've actually been doing some research on that, because I drive a lot, so I try to deal with that just by taking really frequent breaks. And it's always nice to have like an extra bottle of water, extra coffee. I don't know, maybe like one of those Starbucks canned coffee or something. Like, just keep one in your car in case you start to feel a little sleepy on the road or something. Because especially if you're working at night, you never know how far you're going to end up. You can end up in a whole other city, hundreds of miles away, because Uber lets people take the drivers wherever they please. I mean, you can refuse rides, of course, you don't want to go that far, but if you do want to make some money, I mean, it's a lot of money to be made in that trip alone. Anyways, that's my little secret hack, I guess, for the app, the driver app. I'm sure some other drivers have found out like some way better, more intricate hacks, but that's something I actually just feel that actually works. I've tested it a few times, and it works for me. Maybe it'll work for other people, but I honestly believe that the driver app and the passenger app, both apps aren't foolproof. You know, of course, if you've been driving for Uber, you can tell how faulty the app is and how much you need to rely on your own wits to get you out of some hairy situations. But honestly, the job is really easy, and it's all problems are mostly solved through communication. Other than like really irate people who just you can't get through to, but you don't really see too many of those unless they're drunk. And even if if they're with a group of friends, usually the friends kind of regulate that person. Or if you do have a super drunk person, like you could just refuse them and just watch them struggle. Like they'll probably start apologizing and just start crying or something and beg for the ride. But you can't let these passengers walk all over you. They think they can, but you just gotta let them know, like, look, no, you can't bring 7 people in this 5-seater car. You can't do that shit. It's not even comfortable for you guys. Just get another Uber. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like $5 more. But yeah, you get a lot of crazy people out there, especially if you drive during the nighttime. So be careful out there. And this has been the Joey the Driver Podcast.